All right, boys and girls, welcome back to part 2 of picture graphs. What we're going to do is we're going to take the information that we have from this page and transfer it to this side. So here you can see the type of fruit juice, apple, orange, pear, and grape. And here we're writing the number of boxes of fruit juice. And we already found out there were 20 boxes of apple, 8 boxes of orange, 16 boxes of pear juice, and 10 boxes of grape juice. Now we're going to transfer that information to this graph here. And as you can see, we have columns for apple, orange, pear, and grape. And then you'll see rectangles here. Now we know that there's our title, number of boxes of fruit juice. But we also learned yesterday the importance of reading the key for a graph. And this key says each rectangle stands for 2 boxes of fruit juice. That's important because you'll notice there are not 20 rectangles for apple juice, there are 10, because if we're counting by twos, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. We come up with 20, but again, each rectangle represents 2 boxes. So boys and girls, for orange juice, if there's 8 boxes, how many rectangles am I going to have to draw if each rectangle represents 2? Very good. It is 4 rectangles. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I count those by 2, because they each stand for 2, that would be 2, 4, 6, 8. Now let's go on to the pear juice. If I look up here, there are 16 boxes of pear juice on the shelf. How many rectangles do I need to draw on my graph to represent 16? If you guessed 8, you are correct. So I'm going to do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I go ahead and count those by 2, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, which is what I needed. And finally, the grape juice. I already know there's 10 boxes of it on the shelf. So how many rectangles do I need to draw, remembering that 1 rectangle stands for 2 boxes of juice? Well, if you guessed 5, you are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's count those by 2 just to be sure we come up with 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we've taken our information and transferred it to this graph. Now let's fill in the blanks. There are blank boxes of apple juice. I'll point and I want you to count by 2s. Okay, you should have come up with 20, oops, I'm right on the line of my table there. You should have come up with 20 boxes of apple juice. Now it says there are blank boxes of fruit juice in all. Well, there's a couple different ways we could do this. We could take these numbers and add them all together, or we could go ahead and count each of these rectangles counting by 2s. I'm going to do both ways with you. So let's start by counting by 2s. And if you know the numbers, you can count along with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54. So by counting those by 2, I got 54 boxes of juice in all. Now to check my work, I'm going to add. I'm going to take 20 plus 10 plus 16 plus 8. And you'll notice I kept my numbers lined up. So in the ones place, which I always start with, I have 0 plus 0 plus 6 plus 8. What does that equal? Very good, it equals 14. So I'm going to write the 4 and regroup the 1. And what is 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1? You're correct, it's 54, and look at that, our numbers match. So here we are taking information from a picture graph and doing a tally chart and then a graph where each rectangle stood for 2 boxes of juice. Great job, boys and girls.